Welcome back to Bitcoin's Got Talent. I'm trying to spice it up a little bit, do some wild stuff in the intro. I'm Isaac Morehouse, your wonderful judge, joined by fellow judges Jack, Lou, and River, and our guest judge today, the Magus of Moist himself, Josh Petty, aka Elon Moist, the Frog God. Josh, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Jack, I heard that there's some demand from our audience to learn a little bit more about the judges. Is that true?
Maybe, but probably not talking about me. But I'm Jack. I'm building RelayX, the Bitcoin wallet, among some other things. Run the Cambrian Bootcamp. But happy to see what the contestants are doing.
River, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
I'm River. I'm COO of Streamanity, and I am all things health, yoga, all the good stuff.
Well, you have like the most. You're like the highest rated Streamanity streamer as well.
I'm still the highest paid person. That we need to change that ASAP.
I'm Isaac Morehouse, and I'm the CEO of Crash.co, and I'm here to learn. I'm not a technical Bitcoin guy, but I am a member of the Numpties, and you should check us out on Streamanity. Josh, why are you here, man? Why did you get invited as a guest judge? You got to give us give us the reason.
I'm not sure. I'm a creator of Twetch, one of the creators of Twetch.com. And a few other things in the Bitcoin space. And I'm here to judge a few other potential candidates for the Bitcoin entrepreneur route. So looks like we have a few coming in.
When it comes to the creation of Twetch, would you say you were the main part of it?
No, I wouldn't. But I definitely, I wouldn't say I was the main part of Twetch. I would say I'm a part of Twetch. And I certainly tend to get the most, anytime something goes wrong, I definitely am the one that gets the phone call. So we'll leave it at that.
Dave Kleiman of Twetch.
Maybe.
Okay.
River, do we have a contestant?
We do.
Hey, guys.
Oh, hey.
Marcus, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am a film director based in London. I got into crypto a few years ago, got into EOS and got wrecked, and then started getting into Bcash. And then when the swap happened with BSV, I just was all on board with BSV. So yeah, just sort of balancing art and business at the moment.
I'm the only one who laughed when you said you got wrecked, and now I feel like a big jerk. I thought you were being lighthearted about it.
Let's be honest. If we didn't get wrecked in the last few years, we weren't doing it right.
Exactly.
I thought you were going to say we wouldn't be on the show.
Or that too. Sellouts.
Exactly.
So Marcus, what have you got to pitch to us today?
So I'm going to talk about LetZwap, which is the future of exchange. LetZwap will offer exchange of goods and services on both a local and global level, all traced on the Bitcoin ledger. So as an example, what if you could swap gold, crypto, collector cards, or a combination of all three for an apartment or a car? This is what we are about. So basically, it's founded upon the local exchange trading system, Let's, which is a very common way of small communities trading items and on barter. And the focus is partially taken off money and onto the swapping of goods and services. So you have something I need and I have something you want, all very basic stuff. So basically, we're a platform facilitating the swapping of goods and services on the Bitcoin ledger without money, or with as little as money as possible. So from clothing to tech goods, from cars to the sale of homes, from everything from gold to industrial goods, anything you can think of, there's a possibility to swap on LetZwap.
How is the ledger used then for these swaps? Can you just sort of explain the mechanics of it?
Well, you have the contract. So if you wanted to swap something with somebody, you would have the smart contract there to fall back on if there's any issues with faults or discrepancies between the two parties. You can use Bitcoin to top up uneven trades as well, or whatever the parties agree to. So there's a huge potential there for people just to put value on their own goods and services and decide what works for them.
So you mentioned gold and trading cards. So two things that are I really love, and so you're speaking to me. And I have a question though. It's a matter of how are you going to compete with something like Twetch? Why would it be different to do a trade on your platform compared to a place where other people are?
Well, first of all, it's a standalone platform, so it would be like eBay or an amalgamation of eBay and say the Yellow Pages. So if someone's coming to look for a service, whether that's a tradesman or a solicitor or an item, whether it's, as I said, gold or Pokemon cards, they will find that all within this sort of within LetZwap.
And how far along is it still at the idea phase at the moment?
Very much so, yeah. It's still in a proof of concept and, starting to kind of think about the next steps forward and getting investors on board and devs, obviously. Yeah.
You mentioned comparing to a way of swapping called Let's. What's the reason you're comparing to that and that's suitable for this market or BSV versus, comparing to like what's going on in the way people swap on Ethereum or something like that?
Well, I think the world is changing. We're going from a uni-monetary system to a poly-monetary system where there's going to be huge different interests all vying for power and influence. So something as very basic as just swapping and bartering has a space within that, that future. So I think there's just a lot of people going to revert to that way of exchanging items and doing business.
Marcus, I like you. You're clear, confident communicator. It's an interesting idea. I would like to be wrong, but I can't get over the fact that money emerges for a reason, and the double coincidence of wants is it's a really tough thing to solve for. The fact that I have a trading card and I happen to want something that you also have, and you happen to want a trading card, and money's awesome. And to me, BSV and tokens and things make it even easier and make it even better. And so I'm not quite capturing the vision here that makes me say, oh, this is big. So for that reason, I'm going to be a no on this one.
I would like to hear more. I want to, if you're at that kind of idea stage, I want to hear more about this proof of concept and exactly how I know that these are trade secrets and probably you're not looking to share them on the show. I'm definitely curious. So for that reason, I will say yes, but it's from pure curiosity because there are a lot of solutions popping up in the market at the moment for these kind of marketplace tokenization, smart contracts, all the kind of stuff. I think that this year we're going to see a big concentration on these kind of areas. So I'm curious. I would like to see how your idea could solve these kind of issues in a different way that would attract more users.
All right. So I have a question to go before I make a decision. You described something like trading gold, which is kind of contradicts. It's money, right? But could you just tell me how so you have let's say you have a trading card and I have a coin, a silver coin. Walk me through sort of what you have in your head, how that experience would work from end to end. That would help me a lot.
Well, I think it would be very similar to eBay in ways. So you would have a personal account, you would have references that people trusted sort of system, and you would work out maybe the monetary value and to work out if it was a fair trade. If it was an uneven trade, you could top it up with money or Bitcoin or whatever you wanted, and then you would just engage in the contract, and then it would be up to you to swap those items. LetZwap would take, say, a cut, 40 pence per trade, split between the two parties. So that's where I'm thinking.
All right, so I'll say this: I'm a pretty big collector. Trading cards included, records, cigars, things like that. And what's really common that people do trade, they barter. They'll trade one card for another. It's something that's becoming increasingly more popular. So I think you definitely helped your cause by mentioning that they could add money to the trade and things like that. Money is going to be the critical part of this, actually. So be careful on your pitch up front about the money idea. But the trading concept, especially localized trading for things like art and assets that are more of a long-term hold, I think this definitely has a place to grow. There's a place for this. So for that reason, I'll say yes. I think fundamentally your idea has traction, and you'll have to think about how you connect one person to another to get the transaction done in a good way.
Marcus, are you a technical person?
Not at all, no.
Not at all. So, unfortunately, we can't say yes to everyone who comes on, and I'm really thankful that you did. And hopefully you put an egg on my face when one day you're surpassed Relay and maybe even surpassed Twitch, and you're like, that's the guy who rejected me. I'm gonna say no. Like those Airbnb founders who keep on sharing those emails from investor decks that they passed. So I'll take that egg on my face. Reason I'm saying no is nothing to do with the idea. I'm not as much an expert on trading cards as clearly Josh is on the panel, or like yourself. But I'm a no because this show gets thousands of viewers. So you're not here just to pitch us. If you're not a technical person, you're here to pitch potential someone who wants to get excited about working with you. Like they can code and they want you to be the front man. And if you're not excited about this and you're not, convincing someone else who's watching this show right now to jump on this venture with you, I think that's a big missed opportunity. And that's why I'm a no. And I think the idea is great. If you can frame it a little better, wish you the best of luck.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got our we finally got a rejection, right?
Did we? It's kind of like 50-50, right?
I thought Jack was the one that said it has to be 51%, right?
Well, where's the 1% come from? Who has more?
That's what I'm saying. You got to do over 50% to make it.
Hey, but River, you were the one that was hesitating on a yes yourself.
I did. It was almost like a half yes. You're right.
Yeah, River, come on now.
All right.
Marcus,
Marcus, this show's scripted.
I'm glad you came on.
Don't take it personally.
I'm glad you came on.
Yeah, this is completely scripted.
Go out there and kill it with your idea.
I'll give you a ring sometime, Marcus. I got something I'm working on that's not too far off from what you're doing, but I think in general, like I don't know if you guys know this, but Marcus is a filmmaker and has a pretty cool film that he came out with last year that he sold some.
I'm a yes now.
Used to on.
Yeah. So that's you. I thought it was the same person because I've watched your film and I've followed you since you first joined Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, I made like 5 times more money on Twitch than on Amazon. Like we all know where things are going, So
that's amazing.
Definitely.
That's amazing. Well, hey, if you're serious about getting this biz idea off the ground too, like I'm also a non-technical guy. So if you just want to shoot the shit about trying to build a product, not being technical or whatever, I'm happy to chat anytime.
Awesome. Great. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks,
so much for coming on.
Cheers. God bless.
See you, Marcus.
God bless.
Mellissa Richelle here with us. Mellissa, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi guys. So I'm a stand-up comedian and I've done stuff in real estate and in blockchain education. So I have a weird resume that's kind of all over the place.
Good. What have you got for us today?
I did a little bit of a Bitcoin-esque set. And so yeah, let's see how this goes. It's always fun doing virtual shows where you get to watch your eyebrows the whole time. But, it's the best medium we got right now during this crazy year we're living through. So
absolutely,
I'm happy to be here with you guys, and I love the idea.
Great.
Cool.
All right, hit us with it.
All right, guys. Bitcoin's Got Talent. I love it. You guys are making a parody TV show just so nerds can get laid. I mean, That's creative. I'm kidding. Obviously, this is a beautiful platform to try and showcase new projects being built on BSV. But if some stressed out programmers, get their hose drained and they can focus better, hey, two birds, one stone, PETA might try and cancel me for that on Twitter. I don't throw things at birds, don't worry. At least we have Twitch, right? I can't get kicked off of there and canceled. It's on a blockchain. Teenagers, don't put stupid stuff on there. It's on a blockchain. People don't understand how it works. But I'm really excited for the show to get popular. You guys are making programming sexy for like the first time ever in history. Congrats. It's very needed. I have a lot of friends that are programmers and I'm like, oh, you guys are brilliant, but will you ever reproduce? I just need to help you figure out how. And, women, we like to daydream about like Aragon, not Gandalf, And I feel like Gandalf was kind of the core developer on that journey. He had a lot of stress. He probably could have appreciated having an Arwen around. And I'm a little surprised more women don't like programmers, like a man with a plan. We're all about that. Most of the ones I've met, very shy, right? So like the likelihood of him chatting up some other girl and cheating on you, pretty low. Especially if he gets like tunnel vision when he's working and he forgets to eat. He needs you. Not going to cheat. Not going to cheat at all. Might be codependence, but you definitely got relationship security right there. I feel like women too kind of forget like how powerful feeding others is, Like breasts are kind of like our own ASIC mining equipment, but for milk. Like, very specific function. And their proof of work keeps babies alive. How beautiful. I thought River might like that one. But I feel like more women are going to catch on to where like the good dudes in society are, because there's a lot of them in this community. They're trying to like rebuild this very broken, very corrupt monetary system that we have. I used to date a banker before I got into Bitcoin. I know, gross. And it gave me legitimate firsthand experience on why we need Bitcoin, for sure. I was excited at first. I was like, okay, he's not a comedian. Like he can buy dinner. This is great. And then I realized, oh yeah, he can buy dinner because he's silently robbing everyone with inflation. Maybe I should break up with this guy. But dating is like, it's pretty hard when you're focused on Bitcoin, right? Like there's been a couple times where I thought my guy was like chatting up some other lady, only to realize, oh no, he's just checking CoinMarketCap for the 10th time today. Cool. If he's looking at elliptic curves instead of people curves, I can deal with that. I feel like a lot of women don't like realize the power that we have in mate selection, Like we should be marrying the guys that are trying to take power away from big tech, Those are the guys that deserve sex, not the guys that are just like on Tinder and don't care what your name is. And if you're more into the stereotype, find a guy in Monero. I mean, good luck figuring out who he actually is, what he looks like. But if you find him, all they talk about is ring signatures. You had me at ring. I do get like why those dudes are so private though. Digital gold diggers, right? Unfortunately, coming to a conference near you whenever Bitcoin hits an all-time high, guys, watch out. She might be a digital gold digger if she cares about zeros, but only the ones in your wallet balance, not about hash power. She might be a digital gold digger if the number of years in between your age is equivalent to a BTC transaction fee in 2017. Very niche, but very big, important red flag, guys. And she might be a digital gold digger if she can't tell you the difference between proof of work and proof of stake, but she still expects you to buy her stake. Thank you so much for having me, guys. I love the brilliant minds in this community, and it makes me feel like the smartest jester to be able to try and make BTC transaction fee jokes for somebody that might get it.
That was awesome.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever heard a joke about Monero that it landed. I mean, that was great.
That was brilliant.
Is this a specialty of yours, or is this a one-time thing? A bit about Bitcoin?
No, I mean, I'm in it, so I get the stuff, and I was doing comedy before it, and I did a lot of jokes about like being single and things like that. I'm not anymore, so now I do jokes about relationships. But yeah, I kind of just like merge those because I'm like, that is how it kind of makes sense to me. So it might make sense to some other weirdos that way. And yeah, I'm totally down to do more jokes about Bitcoin and things like that if I have an audience that gets it. I've tried doing them at open mics in like the city of Chicago, and I've just gotten kind of like
Crickets.
yeah, blank stares, the mouth open, and I'm like, all right. So before 2020 hit, I was contacting different crypto meetups, and I was like, hey, can I come do stand up for you guys? And I had a lot of people that were interested, and I was planning on doing that. So I guess I can do it virtually still, but it obviously is a very different vibe than in person when you like really get the energy going back and forth.
Yeah.
And you really can do like a whole hour with people, and you really get to like know each other. Obviously, a whole hour on Bitcoin jokes would be a little bit of a stretch for me.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You could do it while you're waiting for your BTC to confirm, Yeah.
Well, I'm converting ETH to gas. Yeah, for sure. I got time.
Well, look, it is incredibly difficult to do something like a comedy bit virtually over Zoom where you don't have that audience or anything. Like incredibly difficult and can be really awkward. You said you wanted to do more of this. I'll give you a chance to do more of it on the second round because I'm a big yes.
Thank you.
I am an absolute yes. I loved that. I think that we need so much more of this in the space, in the atmosphere, and in where we all are. We are such a little niche market. Bitcoin is a really, really niche market, and so if we can have those kind of inside personal jokes going around, it just makes it all the more fun. I loved it. Please come back, please.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Jack.
Oh, Josh wants to be the last vote.
Josh, you go ahead first. You go first.
Look, some game theory at work here.
Mellissa, I think you really tried hard, and it was really a good. You did well for the circumstance. I'll give you that. But I was really disappointed. I didn't catch a single joke about really big blocks, and I didn't hear any kind of gas fee jokes tossed in there. So, I think you really missed your opportunity to jump on that, and I'm a little disappointed. I'm gonna have to say.
All right.
Fair enough, Dad. Fair enough.
Then it all comes down to Jack, because you have to get 51%, to make it to the next round.
What if I just civil attack all of you?
Josh, man, this is pre-scripted. Josh was like going to be harsh, so you're just getting the pre-scripted version of Josh. I loved it. I gotta say, when you watch this on the real America's Got Talent and things like that, the jokes tend to be on the roasting of the judges. So I was very glad that you avoided that this time. I think when you come back on, you're gonna be roasting me and River and Isaac. So scared about that, but I think you deserve to move on. I think you're really funny. And honestly, kudos to your Bitcoin knowledge, because some of those jokes I didn't get because probably I don't understand the crypto industry as much as you do. So that's a yes for me.
Thank
well
you.
done. Thank you, Mellissa. Thank you so much for coming on.
I love you guys. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks, Mellissa. Hey, Aaron.
Oh, hi, Josh. Okay, so you ready?
Well, first you got to give us a little bit about yourself. We like to get just a little personal anecdote or two, and then you can pitch us. I know you're rearing to go.
Okay, okay, so my name's Aaron. I've build WordPress websites for small businesses. So since the pandemic sort of kicked off, everything's gone a bit hectic for me, that side of things. So I haven't had time to sort of work on this as much as I wanted to. I got the proof of concept built before CoinGeek last year. I wanted to come to CoinGeek London, bought my tickets, and then totally bottled it and couldn't make it. So I ended up staying at home and watching it all from here. So yeah, but yeah, basically the proof of concept was done by then, and then I've been trying to work on it since, but obviously I just don't think I can finish it on my own at the moment.
So what are you looking to achieve from coming on the show?
Hopefully get a bit of exposure see if anyone else would be interested in working on it with me, and sort of just go from there really. And hopefully by doing this, it'll give me a kick up the backside to get moving on it a bit more.
Fantastic. Well, why don't you show us what you got?
I'm liking Aaron already, I gotta say.
There it is. You're on the stage. Get ready, Aaron.
You look great.
All right.
Share
Ready
screen.
to hit us with it?
It should work. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
You got that?
Came prepared.
Okay, well, yeah, it's just easier this way. So basically, it's a global gambling game with straight odds of 15 to 1. All bets that are placed on it are all going to be shown on screen. So every bet that comes in is going to use Bitsocket basically to read all of the transactions that are coming in, keep them all listed there so you can see who's been betting on what. The winning character is securely drawn upon each new Bitcoin SV block, which uses the last character of the block hash as the winning number. So you've got the 16 different characters that it can be. So people just bet directly on a single number. So a bit like what roulette would be if you could only bet on a straight number. That was what the idea was for it. So when placing the bet, the transaction stores the data from the bet, which stores your bet, the round timestamp, and the transaction ID into the Bitcoin SV blockchain. Upon the new block, the script will check for the last block hash, check through the round bets, and then which are stored securely on chain, and then pay out the winner. Yeah, initially, I used Money Button for this. This was pre-Genesis, so I've done all of that, and then I wanted to be able to limit users to only place in one bet at a time with a preset value of 50 cents. So on to the next bit. So the problems and solutions I was trying to solve. Legacy digital gambling sites have the mathematical odds already stacked against the user, and their algorithms are also rigged to give the house an even bigger edge. Trust is another issue with some sites, with some that bugs and hacks have been valid reasons for not paying out users. Solutions in Hashbit that we've got is by using the Bitcoin SV block hash, you're providing the winning number with the mathematical odds of 1 in 16, and that's all you're playing against with no additional house edge. By storing the data on chain, the results are completely secure from hackers and can be verified independently at any time. So this is what the proof of concept looked like. So I had it set up like this. So users would tap on any of these numbers here, which would then put some chips on there, and it would generate the money button just underneath. When they swipe the money button, that would place the bet, and then down here in the bottom left-hand side, you see the round bet information bit. That uses BitQuery to then query the blockchain to find the bets and store them back for the valid block number that it is. So basically, that's where I got up to. Then to do, these are my to-do list. I need to find a team to continue working with. I want to decide upon which login system and wallet to implement, because there's so many different options out there. You've got RelayX, you've got Handcash, you've got Twitch wallet as well. I don't even know whether this needs to be an actual individual app or whether it could be implemented into something like Twitch or into one of these wallet systems. So something along that. I haven't got no back end in this, because when I first built it, I was intending on actually having it just living completely on chain. So all of the little images and everything I actually stored on chain to be able to just put the whole thing on there. That was the initial idea. I need to get age regulation compliance, which is why that idea went out the window eventually. You could add additional rooms to this. So you could give people higher odds by betting on additional characters of the game. Then you could have a referral program similar to what Twitch has got, where you could give people a percentage of the losses for anyone that they've recommended to the site. because it's only me building this, obviously liquidity to be able to pay the bets out was an issue that I was trying to look into. So I was foreseeing to be able to create a token that would then distribute profits from the app to token holders immediately upon a lost bet. So that's my pitch.
Jack, what'd you think?
Hey, Aaron, really well done. Since when have you been working on this, you said?
I started last year, just before CoinGeek, on the run up to that.
Yeah, look, I love your energy. I love your charisma. I love how if you pay attention to some of the stuff that you said, Aaron, you're really nuanced. You know about money button, hand cash, relay, you know about the blockchain. The whole game can live on the blockchain. You know, I got to say, I would love our show to be a little bit more than just, hey, great presentations, yes, moving on, or no. I want us to be able to be a resource to help you find a matchmaker. So if you're a developer out there, there is talent here in Aaron. I can see it being much more fun to work with you than to work with me. Okay. And so
he's not lying about that.
I'm not lying about that. Okay. My team is welcome to help you also. Okay. So I want to see this product win, but I think even if it's not this product, I think you can make some other product work, because you've got this thing. I just think you're missing a lucky break from somebody willing to work with you. And if I'm advising any technical person, I want them to work with you. So it's a yes for me, and I hope we find you that match for the next round.
Brilliant.
You know, you clearly have thought this out in a lot of detail. I actually like the gambling space as a place to build things. I think there's a lot of really interesting things that can be built there. I'm not a gambler myself, but I think it's such an easy and obvious way to get people experimenting with some things that can only be done on BSV, on chain. Really cool. And I love that you came. I know you were really nervous about this. I'm going to say no, because your presentation could use some work. I mean, it was a lot of words. The slides were full of words, and you read them all word for word. Really overwhelming kind of experience. So my advice to you would be, when pitching this in the future, because I think the idea is good and I think you've got talent, boil it down to a sentence that you start with that just hits people right away, that just hits them with the vision, like the most fair, simplest on-chain betting you've ever seen, or something, whatever that might be. Before you went right into the weeds, and I'm not technical, so added that to the fact that it was a lot to hear. But I like you. I like the idea. Unfortunately, not to come back on and present a second time.
Mr. Simon Cowell here today. Look, I think the idea is good. I think that it's, you know, I'm also not so technical. But did you have this running up previously on Money Button already before Genesis? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So you had a proof of concept already working.
I had it all working, and then when Genesis happened, it's ended up breaking loads of bits, and then I started playing with hand cash and rebuilt it. I've rebuilt it lots of different times. Yeah.
Stable protocol, huh? Yeah. Good stuff. No, I think that there is definitely potential. I think that given that you've already kind of built this proof of concept, I think that definitely should be built again on the current protocol. And it's a yes for me. I would like to see. I would also like to see what other ideas you can come up with, because I think if you already have this one gaming idea, there are so many more avenues you can come down with the gaming sphere. So it would be nice to see some more.
The first one I built was just a basic card game with a leaderboard, which just stored the leaderboard to it. So that was just sort of learning the basics of working with the blockchain and just storing data, recalling it, and things.
Nice.
Like that.
It would be nice to even have, like, if you're talking about card games, like even those like solitaire and all that kind of stuff, I think that they're those things that people love. And, you know, if you can add money and monetize that, it'll take off for sure. So it's a yes for me.
So Aaron, I think it's interesting. And what I think is really interesting, and I've seen oftentimes happen, is somebody like you makes something and it doesn't work or stops working for whatever reason. And then you come on today's show and it's just a PowerPoint when it used to work. So I think if you're gonna get a yes from me, I think on the next show, you need to be prepared to show something that works, no matter how simple or big it is, it's a button and an action, that's something that happens, right? I think I'm going to say yes. However, it comes with the caveat that I'm expecting to see the next show some buttons being pressed, because you're really close to having a very simple sort of weekend nights and weekend project be something that can grow, especially if it starts to stick on a place like Twitch, for example, because you know people there already can be your customers. You could get your first 5 customers there, right? And of course you want to go other places and get other customers, but it seems like that's a simple fit that could work for you. So you need to figure out how you can just drink a lot of coffee on a Saturday and get it to work again in the as simplest fashion as possible. That's what I think you need to do. My vote's a yes. Thank you.
As soon as you get this working and you have your proof of concept ready that does work, can you please send it to us so that we can share it out and get people using it?
I love it. Aaron's saved by
Dean
the
Little.
guest judge, the frog himself.
Dean Little, I'm going to make a request. Dean Little, I know you're watching or someone's watching, and reach out to Dean Little. This is something you can build in a day. And I want to see Dean Little on this show. Dean Little's of BitPing, the famous person who made the Twitch encryption. I can say that, right, Josh, for the chat?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Josh, you can definitely, use all your audience to help, get the game promoted. This is something that's very doable. If you need a little bankroll, I'm in for 20 BSV to back the product next time you come on.
Wow.
Incredible. Wow.
Look at that. I give him
Makes
a
him
note
happy.
for coming back on the show, and Jack gives him an investment offer right on.
Double down. You got to double down.
Just for the bankroll. I love the fact that you have a token as well.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, brilliant.
Very good.
Thank you very much. You guys are my inspiration, especially you, Jack and Josh. You two, literally everything you guys do has been amazing for the industry.
And not me. Come on,
No,
man.
you guys are brilliant. These two are my inspiration for building. They build so much, and every little bit they build, it's top quality. It's like Apple.
You're
Like,
absolutely right.
Neither of them put out anything that's sort of subpar quality, and that's the sort of people I want to aspire to be like. So,
River, let's just let the nerds have that one, okay?
No, it's because River is seeing Josh and I too close. You never want to meet your heroes. There's nothing fancy about us. For sure.
Probably right about that one.
Aaron, thanks so much, man. That was awesome.
no problem. Thank you.
Thank
Brilliant.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I'm not sure if he's coming back, guys. I think he might be having.
He's got to
connection
come
issues.
back. Come on. This is so
I know.
anticlimactic. Twitch killer can't get on. Come
What a
on. These were my
tease.
boys.
All right, Zachary, your colleague came on talking a big game about Twitch killers, so we decided to bring Josh Petty on, and you could confront him face to face and tell us what you guys have done. What's your update?
What's your product?
First, let me introduce myself. My name's Zach. I'm also a developer at Bitsurf. I actually work on the AI and machine learning stuff, as well as front end and back end stuff. So just as an update, we released our proof of concept for our read-only Twitch client, and you can go to it right now at bitsurf.network. So check that out. But we have a lot of more things in store coming soon. But for right now, we'd love people to just take a look at what we have up on bitsurf.network and give us some feedback. You can go to the About page where you can submit bug reports or learn more about us and everything. So yeah, really excited to show that off.
Anything that you can reveal? Any BGT exclusives that you have for us? Of what's coming?
Not yet. We don't want to give anything away.
You don't
too
want Josh
soon.
to copy
Why
you.
are you back on if you're not nothing to show?
Yeah, you
Nothing
came
to
back
show.
on
Well,
just to
last
say
time
that you can't
we didn't
tell
have
us
anything. We
Well,
just
they didn't
had-
have the proof of concept, Jack. Remember?
Yeah, all we had was code on our computers. Now you can go to it. You can donate to Twitch users. You can donate to us too. We have an About page up. So a lot of things have happened and a lot more is coming. So I wouldn't say that we've done nothing.
I don't know.
Last
I feel
time you had a
like- I feel like
PowerPoint.
we're being-
This time I see no PowerPoint.
we're being used.
We've got
You
Josh
come
here. He
back
doesn't
Well,
on
I
want
was
to
stage.
steal.
told this
Josh
was
will
just
steal the
an
ideas.
update. I wasn't supposed to come in and give you the whole shebang. I was
So
told
you're
2
you're
minutes,
you're asking
quick
for
update, so
donations, but you're not going to reveal anything to us. Okay, I get
I
it.
can't.
get
I
it.
can't.
No
So you're launching an
exclusives then.
ICO or what? I'm guessing it's an ICO. Bitsurf ICO. What do you think?
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
You know who
Alright.
you're talking to, by the way, Zach? This is the famous one and only Frog, aka Elon
This is
Musk,
Moisty.
aka Josh Petty.
Yes,
What
Preston
do you
wanted
have
me
to
to
say to him?
"All hail the Frog King."
Thank you. Yeah, great. No, I really think I really like your guys' aesthetic and how you're approaching Bitsurf. And when we did the Twetch SDK and just wanted to, we kind of started out with the Twetch concept just like you, and we immediately knew that we wanted to at least get a start on opening some stuff up and letting other people play around with ideas, because it helps us get ideas, it helps us prove concepts. So we hope you go and do something really crazy and radically different. We'd love to see how that plays out. But I generally like your aesthetic. I think it's a very nice fit to certain niches and other types of user base. And you guys did a very good job noticing that many Twitch users want a donate button, like a pay button. And that was really good. That was very, you guys are paying attention. That was very good. That's a big request we get on Twitch. And
we appreciate
put that in from the get-go.
That was one that we saw, and we also saw that people wanted to be able to share Twitch content with their friends who didn't already have a Twitch account, who didn't know about crypto. And you guys have made that easier with your Twitch wallet now, onboarding process-wise. So that was good, but still, this is a great way to share your content with people who don't have a Twitch account or don't even want to sign up for a wallet of any sort.
I want to point out one thing real quick. The original tagline that I wrote for Twitch was the interface to Bitcoin. That still stands today as our core business offering. So it sounds like that's about what you're doing there. And I would say good luck as well in that journey. You're going to learn a lot. And if there's anything you need help with, I'd be happy to talk to you guys, because we've spent the last 2 years thinking about just this problem and how to view and share information on the blockchain.
Yeah, we really appreciate that offer and everything. We'll definitely reach out.
Thanks for coming on and telling us about it, Zach.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you,
for
Misa.
having me on. Next time there'll be a presentation for sure.
And hopefully some exclusives. We want the exclusives.
When they're ready, we will do.
Make sure you have more users and number of appearances on the show, okay? That's
I loved it. I just had to say no because I was like, all right,
we got to make
it's like
It's saying I've got to quit Zoom, by the way. It can't let.
See ya.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
I've never had the contestant just voted himself out. I guess
Josh is like, all right.
See ya.
You're a no.
Poor guy. Oh no, Twitch killer. Yeah, right. Can't even get a Zoom to work. You're getting really romantic in the last video. I could tell that wine was kicking in.
No.
You married or what, man?
Token wars are on, guys.
Yeah. I mean, you can call it a war, but I already won. So we'll see how it
Token
goes.
wars.
This is why you tune in, folks. There's little bits of nuggets everywhere.
Yeah, sure.